Hi everyone! Today we are making Caerphilly sunset salad, as we call it in Arius, and these are the ingredients you're going to need. Some olive oil, a pepper, doesn't matter what colour it is, but we want the dish to look colourful in the end. A red or white onion, a courgette, 350 grams of couscous, some feta or Caerphilly cheese, a vegetable or chicken stock cube, and different to the ingredients we use in school, I'm actually adding a tomato just to give it the range of colour to make it look appetising. You may also add some mixed herbs or oregano for extra flavour. So the first thing we need to do, as always, is preheat the oven to 200 degrees and wash our hands for 20 seconds. So the equipment we're going to need today is a chopping board, a vegetable knife, a measuring jug for the vegetable or chicken stock cube, a mixing bowl for the couscous, a kettle to make the vegetable stock, and an oven tray for roasting the vegetables. You will also need a spatula to turn over the vegetables after the first 10 minutes in the oven. So making Caerphilly sunset salad is all about good chopping skills. So make sure that your board is clean and not wobbly. And you're going to be using the bridge technique, which is like this, and the claw technique, which is like this, to steady the vegetables. So we're going to start with a courgette. Now, all your vegetables need to be cut into bite-sized pieces. They need to be equal in size and be to a size that you can just eat with a salad fork. So we're going to be cutting the courgette like this, and you can see that I'm using the bridge technique, and then we are going to cut it into quarters. So now I've got my mini chef cutting the courgette. I'm going to show you how to cut the pepper. Now, with any vegetable that has a shiny outside, don't just push the knife down because it could slip. So you always have to point to break the skin and slice. So point and slice. So we're going to cut the top off that pepper, and then with our hands we're going to rip out the inside of the pepper and all the seeds.
Because we don't eat that.
No. So then we're going to put it flat down on the chopping board, and with the bridge technique cut the pepper in half, and now we cut the pepper the inside out so it's not slippy. So with the claw technique, I'm just going to slice this pepper into strips. And then Phoebe is going to cut these pieces into bite-sized pieces and put them on the oven tray. So let's chop this onion into bite-sized pieces too. So an onion has roots and a top. It's in the roots where the chemical is that makes us cry. So we're going to leave that on as long as possible. So the first thing we do is, again, point to break the skin and slice off the top of our onion. Now we've got a flat area to put down onto the board so it doesn't wibble wobble around. We're now, with the bridge technique, going to slice the onion in half. You can notice at this point that the roots are pointing up. Right, so we're going to now peel off the shell, the peel of the onion. Now, if you have a red onion, they tend to be sweeter in flavour, and that's why they get used for salads and eaten raw, whereas a white onion normally gets used for casseroles and stews and stuff like that, but today we're using a white onion. So we're going to rip off the outside shell like this. as you can see, the root is still there. Now what we're going to do is we're going to use our knife and cut away from the root. Okay, we're going to dice the onion into bite-sized pieces. So the first thing we need to do is cut away from the root. So we can see that it's fanned out almost and the root's still there. And now we're going to cut the other way. So I'm using the claw technique here to slice the onion. Now I'm using a sawing technique here so that I'm not pressing on the knife and it won't slip. And you can see that this is the point where the onion all falls apart and we can bin that root.
Now what you have to do is drizzle the olive oil onto the vegetables and then mix some of this onto it with your hands. So off you go. Get an adult to help you put the into the oven. So adult needs to help you. The first thing that you need to do is adult has to help you put boiling water in here, then put the stock cube in and then mix it with a fork and then put it into the couscous. So now you need to lean over the bowl and just pour it in. Whilst the vegetables are cooking in the oven, get the cheese and then crumple it into the couscous. Off you go. I don't like doing this. Why do I have to do all the crumpling?
So after 20 minutes, get the vegetables out the oven and put them in with the couscous and the Caerphilly cheese. And there you go. This is Caerphilly sunset salad. It is a delicious recipe that you can eat hot or cold and perfect as a side in any summer barbecue. Have a go.
Bon appetit!